With over 40 years in the finance industry, 25 years with Aberdeen City Council, taking early retirement from his position of financial service manager in 2016, he's responsible for accounts payable function, carried out a full transformation project to deliver best-in-class and award-winning AP team to the benefit of the council and its suppliers. Garry joined IFOL in 2021 to assist students with their CAPP studies, delivering webinars, master classes, and workshops on all aspects of AP and P2P. He's going to be talking about reaching your potential, achieve the CFOM Credential. Right now, I'd like to welcome Garry Stevens. Garry, how you doing today?
Hi, Rob. How you doing? Hopefully
I'm
everyone can hear me fine.
Yes, you sound great. You look great. How's the dog? Because I know we met the dog a little bit.
We're trying to keep the dog quiet, but I don't know how successful that's going to be.
That's all right. Again, we talk about AI. You can tell this is not AI. We are live. We are real. And I'm going to throw it over to you for the next 30 minutes.
Thank you very much, Rob. And thank you, everybody that's attending. I see we've got a good number of participants joining us today. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm in Scotland, just south of Aberdeen, and pleased to say we've actually got our summer has arrived. We've had such a miserable summer so far, lots of rain, lots of cold weather, but it's nice and sunny, 20 degrees, so I'm quite happy. So once the workshops and everything are finished, I'm going to spend some time out in the garden this afternoon. But anyway, I transgress. And also echo what Rob said yesterday about the standard of the presenters and the topics yesterday. Absolutely excellent. And I hope everybody that had tuned in yesterday, you've picked up some little tips of best practice or things that you can take back to your organization and hopefully help you to improve where you need to make any improvements in your processes and procedures, etc. So Rob has touched on the a little bit of background about myself. I have over 40 years in experience in finance, and that's both in the receivables and payables areas. The last 9 years of my time at my local authority in Aberdeen City Council, I was a financial operations manager. So when we were looking at potential courses, and the financial operations manager's course was sort of highlighted as one that we would like to introduce, I was absolutely delighted because obviously having done that role for quite a number of years, I was happy to be able to sort of say that I could put a lot of my knowledge and experience into developing what we hope is going to be a very worthwhile course for a number of different types of roles in finance and procure to pay. So it's fair to say that a financial operations manager role can cover quite a breadth of responsibilities. There's no one one role fits all type approach with a financial operations manager. For example, in my role, I not only had responsibility for accounts payable, I also had insurance. I was also the risk manager, so I was responsible for ensuring that all of the risks across all of the organizations within our council were being continually reviewed and any new potential risks being identified, and risk registers were being kept up to date. I also had an administration team that supported the directorate for all secretarial work. We also were responsible for paying all the travel and subsistence across the local authority, and also expenses for all our councillors, our members. So it was quite a diverse area of responsibility, and it's not unusual for financial operations managers to have quite a diverse role within their organisation. A lot of it, admittedly, is very finance based, but there are other areas that they need to be aware of, and obviously they need to interact with other teams and organizations within their workplace. So I'm going to go over a little bit about why we're introducing the course. We're going to give some information on what the module content is. who would benefit from the course, and also the benefits that we feel the certification program is going to bring for those that ultimately get to their qualification at the end of the course. And I'll also be giving a little bit of information about how the exam is actually taken, what the format and structure of that is as well. So that will be at the end of my workshop. I've only got 30 minutes. I've got quite a lot to try and fit in. There is a link within the chat to if you want to book any demos or how you want to make payments, etc. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to put them into chat and we'll try and get those answered within the 30 minutes I've got for my workshop. So whilst I'm chatting, I'm just going to share my screen because I'm going to bring up my presentation. We'll get started. Okay, so why introduce the CFOM course? We're looking, obviously, to try and bridge some of those skill gaps that I spoke about in my introduction. We're looking to really equip managers with a blend of technical, strategic, and leadership skills that are needed within the financial operations manager's role. It's also going to help managers to ensure managers stay current with evolving technologies, regulations, and best practices. As we know within the finance, particularly within AP, there's constant change around technology. Regulations are changing as well. So managers really need to be keeping abreast of that. So what the course is going to be looking at some of those areas. It also enhances efficiency. So it improves organizational efficiency, ultimately reducing costs, hopefully boosting profitability within organizations. Really important one, this for financial operations managers, it promotes strategic decision making. So it provides the tools for things like data analysis and informed decision making, which will align with organization strategic goals. It strengthens controls and compliance, obviously very, very important. You must ensure that you've got robust process controls and adherence to regulatory requirements in place within the organization, and the financial operations manager has a key role in ensuring that that's taking place. Continuous improvement. We heard yesterday, we had a really good session on continuous improvement. The financial operations manager, again, has an important role to ensure that innovation and ongoing processes and product and service enhancements are undertaken within the organization. It helps to develop leadership skills, so it will enhance abilities in things like change management, project management, and staff development. All three of those a financial operations manager will be heavily involved in. And it also supports career growth and retention. So it will demonstrate a commitment to employees that they're being developed, and this will ultimately lead to higher job satisfaction and obviously retention within the organization, which is what you're wanting. So you've got a well-trained team of people there. For those financial operations managers that might have front-facing teams or may have to deal with customers themselves, we've got a lot of information and best practice around how you can improve customer service. This will equip managers with skills to handle customer inquiries and issues effectively, and also ultimately leading to enhancing customer satisfaction. So those are some of the key areas of where we felt that a financial operations manager course, those particular areas will be of real benefit. So within the course, you're going to embark on a journey of learning and growth. It will help develop a broad set of skills that are going to be critical for a finance operations manager. So each of the modules that I'm going to touch on in a minute is going to be designed to provide practical insights and actionable strategies to help you excel in the role. Now, within the course, we've got 11 different modules, and I'm going to just give you a little bit of a taster on each of those over the next 5 minutes or so. I don't want to go into too much detail because hopefully most of you that have come to the workshop today are hoping that you're wanting to take the financial operations manager course. So obviously I don't want to give too much detail away before you hopefully register and enroll and get up and running. But this is just a little taster of what the modules are actually going to be about. So the first one is cross-functional working and business partnering. So the objective here really is to develop the ability to collaborate across various departments and foster a strong business partnership. I mentioned in my introduction, particularly in my role, I had to work across quite a number of teams and departments within the organization. So obviously cross-functional working was really important. So what this module will actually do will give you an understanding the role of finance in different business functions, the techniques for effective communications and collaborations, and it will build and maintain strategic relationships, particularly with your stakeholders. In Module 2, we'll look at strategies, business case, drafting a report. Financial operations manager needs to master the art of strategic planning and effective communication through business cases and reports. And this was something that at my level I had to do quite a lot of, particularly where you're looking to bring in some new technology or change in processes and procedures. You normally have to do a business case to your director or COO or chief executive to underline why you're wanting to bring those changes in. So a strong business case is really important to deliver your argument for driving that change. So within the module, we're going to be looking at how you craft and evaluate business strategies, how you write a compelling business case, and structure and how you present a professional report. You maybe have to stand up in front of your directorate to actually give a presentation and a report on why you want to bring those changes in. So that module is going to be pretty helpful in terms of delivering what's required there. Obviously, there's budgetary and treasury management implications within a financial operations manager role. So we're going to gain proficiency in how you manage budgets and oversee treasury functions. So this is going to include things like budgeting and planning control, cash flow management, and investment and funding strategies. We've also got data reporting and analytics. So this is how you learn to leverage data to help you make informed decision making. So we'll be introducing you to data analytics and finance, tools and techniques for data reporting, and how you interpret financial data to drive business decisions. Once again, continuous improvement, it crops up a lot. Here it is again. So we're really looking at how financial operations managers can embrace continuous improvement, methodologies that can optimize business operations. So we're looking here at principles of continuous improvement, techniques for identifying and implementing process improvements within the organization, and then how you measure and monitor that performance. So that's things like how you're implementing statutory performance indicators, for example. Module 6, process controls and procedures. Every organization needs robust processes and controls, and how you adhere to those processes and procedures as well. That's really important. So you need to establish and maintain strong internal controls. So we'll be looking at that in detail within the module. Develop and document standard operating procedures. So that could be even drafting up a procedure manual. We've got information on how you do that. And then audit and compliance strategies, how you're actually going to work alongside people like auditors in implementing audit and compliance strategies within your organization. And that leads us on to the next module, which is risk management and working with audit. I mentioned earlier that I did have responsibility for risk management across the whole of the organization, but I also had risk within my own teams that I had to be aware of, and every manager will be the same. There's risk that's potentially they need to be aware of, so they should have up-to-date risk management procedures and processes in place, and also registers in place as well that should be regularly reviewed. So this module will allow you to identify, assess, and manage financial risks effectively. So it will be understanding the different types of financial risks that there are. Risk assessment and mitigation techniques will be included, and collaboration with internal and external auditors as well. Obviously, everybody's has an audit maybe once a year or whatever your process and your timeframes are. But don't be afraid to work with audit in a positive way as well. Audit can be really helpful if you're bringing in some new technology or different ways of working. They can work with you through the whole process and hold your hand in a way to identify anything that might impact, for example, on any regulatory issues that might be that might not have been picked up in the project, and they can make sure that everything is going in the right direction, and there's going to be nothing that's going to be a showstopper later on down the line. So that module 7 will cover all of those sort of issues in terms of working with audit. Project management, again, not unusual for finance operations managers to be asked to manage a project. So this module will allow you to equip financial operations managers with the skills to lead a finance-related project successfully. So that will cover things like project planning and execution, resource allocation and management, and monitoring and evaluating project performance, not only at the start or through the project, but also how the project is going once it's completed and everything is on track and you're getting to where you want to be with it. Change management is an important one. Obviously, if financial operations managers are bringing in change within the organization, it's going to impact on staff at all levels. So they need to be able to navigate and manage change within the organization effectively. So this really covers understanding change management principles, strategy for leading the change initiatives, and overcoming resistance and fostering a culture of adaptability within the staff and within the teams. Obviously, staff are going to be worried if there's change coming in, so this module will also cover how you support the staff in a positive way through the whole change process exercise. It's really important that your staff are developed and you identify things like how you can use talent matrices to do that. So this module really will be looking at how you can foster talent development and succession planning. Succession planning sometimes isn't something that's high on the agenda in organizations, but if a key member of staff leaves, you need to make sure that you've got somebody that can step into the breach, somebody that's maybe been trained up over a period of time to take on the role once that person leaves. So this will be looking at how you identify and develop key talents, creating and utilizing a talent matrix, as I spoke about, and strategies for effective coaching and mentoring of staff, which is also really, really important. And finally, again, as I mentioned in my introduction, there may be finance operations managers who are front-facing teams, so customer service is really, really important. So we'll begin with this module, we'll be looking at how we can enhance customer service skills so that it improves client satisfaction and customer satisfaction. So we'll be looking at principles of excellent customer service, techniques for handling customer inquiries and complaints, and building long-term customer relationships. So as I said, you'll be working on a journey of learning and growth and developing a broad set of skills that I've covered in all of those modules. So hopefully it will provide the practical insights and actionable strategies, as I say, to help you excel in the role. So who's actually who do we feel would benefit from the course? This is not really an exhaustive list, but it's some of the key sort of responsibilities or areas within organizations or professions that we felt would benefit. First of all, you've got those that are aspiring to be finance managers. So it's individuals who are looking to step into finance management roles we'll find that this course will be invaluable for them. It's going to provide a foundational knowledge and practical skills needed to manage finance operations effectively. Even for example, team leaders or supervisors in a finance environment can be looking to take the next step up in their career, then this course is definitely for you. It's going to be of real benefit. You've also got current finance managers that are aiming to enhance their skills and stay updated with the latest industry practices and benefit from the certification. The course covers advanced topics and contemporary issues in finance management, ensuring that they remain in the forefront of their field. And one of the things I'd like to think that this certification program is, as with all the ones that we've been doing, is it's something that once you've got your certification, once you've qualified using this course, it should still be used, and I feel it can be used as a reference point. So for example, if you've got a manager who's got a project that they're needing to manage that's coming up, the project management module will hopefully be a good point of reference if you just need to refresh yourselves on some of the best practices or how you can implement it successfully. So it's there to be used as a reference point as well as being something that you gain a certification from. You've also got finance professionals such as accountants, finance analysts, and controllers. They are also seeking to broaden their experience and take on more strategic roles within their organizations, and they will find this course particularly useful. So again, it could be somebody, for example, in my setup, I could have had my insurance officer, for example, who's obviously reporting into me as a financial operations manager. He's linking in with other people within the financial operations setup, but they may want to expand their knowledge and take this exam with the potential of moving into the financial operations manager role, of which insurance is part of the responsibilities that role covers. Business analysts, who work closely with finance teams, they can gain a deeper understanding of finance operations. That will enable them to provide more informed and effective analysis and recommendations. Project managers, we've spoken about project managers and the module on that in particular. Again, those that oversee finance-related projects will benefit from the insights into financial planning, budget management, and risk assessment that's provided in the course. Senior executives who want to enhance their strategic financial decision-making capabilities can also gain comprehensive overview of the finance operations. This will help them to lead their organizations more effectively when they've got the knowledge of what a financial operations manager role actually entails. You can even look at entrepreneurs and business owners that are looking to improve their financial management skills and ensure that the financial health and growth of their businesses they will also find the certification highly beneficial. And then you've got graduates that are, recent graduates with a background in finance or business or related fields who are seeking to jumpstart their careers in finance operations. They can leverage this certification to gain a competitive edge in the job market. So they would really benefit from that. So there's quite a few areas of professions there that we feel would benefit, but it's not an exhaustive list. As I say, there are other areas of even admin type people that are linked into finance can benefit from taking the course as well. So what are the benefits of the certification program? An enhanced skill set. So participants will acquire a robust set of skills in areas such as budget management, risk assessment, data analytics, and strategic planning. Career advancement, goes without saying that this opens up opportunities for career advancement. So it helps participants to qualify for higher level positions within their organizations, or even allow them to apply for positions elsewhere. It will help to retain staff. I mentioned already that I think if there's a commitment to help to train staff up within the organization, the benefits of that is that they will feel that they are working for a team that's going in the right direction. They're well trained. They're well aware of all the issues that affect their role day to day in terms of up-to-date knowledge of technology, maybe what some of the latest fraud risks are that could be affecting their role as in AP, for example. And the commitment is there to show that those staff are actually being developed in the right way. So that will hopefully retain a well-trained team of staff within the organization. Industry recognition, a recognized certification that you'll get, which will be CFOM, letters after your name, adds credibility and demonstrates a commitment to professional development, making individuals more attractive for employers. Practical knowledge, it provides, as we've said already, hands-on knowledge that can be immediately applied to your workplace, driving efficiency and effective in finance operations. There's also networking opportunities. So the opportunity to network with peers and industry professionals, fostering relationships that can be beneficial for career growth and knowledge sharing. And this is something that IFOL have. We have a networking opportunities within IFOL for you to discuss issues that might be affecting you in the workplace that somebody's already dealt with, can give you feedback and that type of thing. So just in conclusion, Finance Operations Manager's course is valuable investment for anyone looking to excel in finance operations roles. Whether you're an aspiring manager, seasoned professional, or just somebody who's looking to broaden your financial skills, this course will really provide you with the knowledge and skills you need and the credentials to succeed and make a significant impact in your organization. I'll just briefly touch on, because I realize we're running quite near end of time. In terms of the exam, each module will have 10 test questions at the end. So once you've completed the module, you have the opportunity to take those 10 test questions just to gauge how well you've understood the module. So for example, if you get 8 out of 10 correct within the test questions, then great, you can move on to the next module. But if you maybe only get 4, 5, you might decide that you need to go back, revisit the module, and then you'll get another set of 10 test questions to take, and hopefully you'll get your 8 out of 10 or whatever you need to get on to the next stage. The exam itself, once you've completed all 11 modules, the exam itself is a timed exam of 100 multiple choice questions, and there's a pass rate of 80% in order that you gain your CFOM qualification. Now, I think hopefully from what I've gone over very briefly within the workshop is that you'll see that there's a lot of detail in there. It's not going to be a course that you're going to be able to take in a couple of weeks, for example. You're going to have to spend some time. And I do appreciate that some people work at different pace and some people have got more time to study than others. But what I would suggest is that you try to keep your time frame between having gone over module 1. By the time you get to module 11, you need to make sure that module 1, 2, 3, for example, are still fresh in your mind, because remember, you've got those 100 multiple choice questions that actually cover the whole course. So you're going to have to remember you have to have module 1 still pretty much fresh in your mind if you've just finished module 11. Now, we're just fine tweaking one or two things on the course in order for us to be able to get it to go live. But we have got a date of the 1st of September when the course will go live, and we can start, and students can start undertaking their studies. But registration is now open if anybody is interested. We've already had a lot of good interest in it so far, I understand. So details, as I said, are in the chat, and how you can register and how you can find out more information. And if there is any questions, then obviously we'll be more than happy to answer them. I think we're running a bit short of time now, but myself or any of the IFOL team will be happy to answer any of the questions that you might have following on from this workshop. So thank you very much for the half an hour that you've had with my workshop. I hope you found it informative, and I hope it's given you the incentive to maybe register and look into it a little bit more. I think it's going to be really, really beneficial to a lot of professionals within purchase to pay.
Garry, that was fantastic. I appreciate your time and your expertise. We've got 1 minute left before we have to say goodbye to you today. What do you find is the most rewarding part of this certification?
I think it's an all-encompassing course. I think it's well-rounded. There's so much in there that students are actually going to be able to benefit from. And I think, you're going to get a recognized industry qualification at the end of it. And I think that's a key thing as well, that you've got letters after your name. It's going to be recognized by industry. So if you're applying for work, be it a graduate or even an existing finance manager, having that recognized qualification is a real feather in your cap, and I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing to have moving into recruitment or whatever.
Fantastic. Well, listen, break out the golf clubs, because I know you've been dying to go golfing because the weather just hasn't been there for you.
Certainly hasn't.
Enjoy, and we'll see you soon at one of our conferences that are happening, and appreciate your time and expertise once again, Garry. Thank you very much.
I'm in Chicago, so I'll be able to speak to anybody that wants to speak to me about the course over there.
Wonderful. We'll see you in Chicago.
Thank you very much, and hope the rest of the day goes well.
Thanks, Garry.